Hello and welcome to the new show called Scroll of Life podcast. You joined with myself today. My name's Addi of Addi Biotics.
And I am Hinchi Chum.
Good evening, Hinchi.
Good evening, Addi.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Well, thank you. This is a pleasure to be working with you.
It's amazing.
It is. I mean, I've been doing podcasts for quite a few years now, and I've always enjoyed every single step of it.
Mm-hmm.
And each time when you do a new podcast, whether it was reviewing a movie, reviewing a life topic, reviewing absolutely anything, whether it's interviewing a guest, it is exciting each time.
Yeah.
Because it's a new story that's being told, and you're hearing yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You're hearing another individual story all along the same way, which what makes being a podcaster even more exciting to be.
Yes.
It really does. So today our very first episode, we are going to be discussing an important topic called bravery. In life, everybody tends to go through a brave moment. Being brave builds a very strong character. It definitely builds a strong character. It brings the fact that you're doing something that's out of your comfort zone, different from all your other peers, different from what everybody else is doing around you. Why? Because you're destined to be different. You're going down a path that was meant for you from day one. You didn't know about it. Some people would realize it later in life. Some people seem to know it right there and then. But as the saying goes, it's better late than never.
I agree with that. I think a lot of people they get like a plethora of opportunities that are put in front of them in life, but then they don't really take it, and then one day it just so happens that they decide to take on that opportunity, be brave, and then they can flourish because they were able to be brave and break out that mold.
Yeah, it's true, because it's like, when you, like yourself, for example, you're in the short time I've known you, you do come across to me as a very brave individual. You packed up your life that you knew so well near Birmingham to come to a whole new city where you didn't know anybody. You didn't know the city itself. You didn't know who you were going to meet. You didn't know what opportunity was coming. But that takes a brave individual to accomplish that mission.
Thank you. No, yeah, of course. Going to university from being in a family where you don't really go out much, you don't explore the world by yourself. It's quite protected, shielded, and then having to navigate that all by yourself, and not want to have the parents, step in, because you want to be big, you want to be strong, you want to do it by yourself. So it is scary, but yeah, bravery is important in terms of doing that.
Bravery brings brilliance.
I like the way you said that.
Oh, I just came up with this, so I said it right here first, and no one's going to copy that. I'm going to trademark.
Get some t-shirts.
Why not? We can do that. I mean, all right. Tell a story about yourself. I know you're how old again? For those who don't know.
21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a story about the first time you encountered being brave.
Are we talking chronologically or
anything?
Anything.
I would like to hear anything. I'm sure everybody else out there would like to know anything. They want to get to know us a bit better for those who do not know us.
Oh, I can tell a fun story.
Go for it.
This is when I was much younger.
Okay.
So where I live, there is a local Christmas event that not Christmas fair, but a Christmas little event that goes on, and light switching. It's the light switching.
Oh yeah.
This was when I was maybe, let's think. The difference. This was I was in around year 6 time. So during that time, we went to the event with my mom, my sister, and our family friends. So we went there, and then essentially my mom said to me, "Wait here, I'll be back in 10 minutes." And she didn't come back in 10 minutes.
Wow.
So I kept on standing there, and I was absolutely just fearful of my life, because you've got all these people, all these grown-ups walking around, and you can't see anything. And all I did was I just stood there and didn't say anything and watched everything just kind of go past me. And in that moment, I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And then a policewoman found me, I was just like, where are your parents? I was like, I don't know. Because my mom said she had to go find someone. Obviously, this isn't her fault because she was going to come back, but because there were so many people, you just get lost in the crowd. And because I'm quite short, right? Quite short during that time, you get lost in this dark. But then I had to go up on stage and essentially say, "This is who I am. Where is my mom?" And it was really scary. But obviously, you have to be brave enough to want to be in front of like hundreds of people, and then say that. So that's a fun little story.
Okay, that's fine. I'll tell a fun story as well. When I was 11 years old, it was my very first year in high school,
right?
And I was quite a short lad as well. And it was the Christmas talent show. Well, what we called it back then was called the pop mime. You pick a favorite song of yours, you lip sync it. In the US they call it lip syncing. Here they call it miming. Like you're miming the words to the track. And I still remember going on for the audition. I was surprised I actually passed it. But it was a state. It was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. And then one of the teachers said to me, "Are you ready to go on stage?" I went, "No, I don't know." He goes, "You're here, aren't you?" I went, "Well, yeah, I'm here, aren't I?" Well, so he said, "Get up on the stage, show what you can do." I did it. People actually surprisingly liked the audition, and then they said, "Well, you're in."
There you go.
You're in. And then I can still remember the day the day of the performance. The day before the performance, one of the teachers said to me, "Are you ready for the talent show tomorrow?" And I'm very nervous because here's a tip: when you get on stage, don't look anyone in the eyes. Look over their heads. Just look over their heads, and you're going to be absolutely fine. Because it was a good thing. Because I feel like if they hadn't told me that, I would have looked in their eyes and I would have screwed up my performance because of the fact that over the time it was extremely challenging because I had never done anything like that before. And then I can remember they were bringing over the people and like, "Are you doing the show?" "Yeah, I'm doing the show." "Who are you doing it with?" "So I'm doing it by myself." And 5 of them were like looking at each other. I'm like, goodness, he's only 11 years old and he's so brave going on the stage. And I did it, and people, I got laughed at a little bit afterwards, but I didn't care. All I cared about was just getting up on that stage. Every year, you're getting laughed at, there's this, there's that, and the other. But it was all about challenging yourself. I feel like if I hadn't done the show, I don't think I would have discovered what the world of performing would have been like. I never would have gone into the acting world right after. So that little challenge opened up the doors for me. Because then nowadays you just look at it like, well, if I can do a performance in front of an entire school, in front of parents. So remember this, the entire school of all the students and teachers, parents coming to visit as well, bringing all their other kids, cameras on the other end as well.
Wow.
I kid you not, cameras. Now bear in mind, these were these massive cameras we used to carry where it was like shoulder cams. Shoulder cams. These were the cameras back in the day. It's not like what you have here on the smartphone where it's like, "Oh, we'll film it, we'll upload it." No,
those are the big ones.
It was massive. It's like, it looked like a rucksack.
Was it the ones with the VHS tapes?
Exactly, VHS tapes, and it was all over the place. And what was quite astonishing was the fact that people will still remember it today, and this is 30 years later. When somebody would meet me, because I remember when you did that song, and I was like, I don't even remember it anyway. I try my best to forget it, but it's a good thing when you remember it because it's kind of like reminding you the fact that you're brave. You stood out from everybody, and literally you are. Because if you look at the fact that there's the stage there's the audience sitting in the crowd, and you're on stage. They're watching you. You are definitely standing out from everybody there. When you're standing up on stage, it's like you're facing the whole world.
You're highlighted.
In a way, yeah, not to become big-headed or anything like that, but that's what was so fun about it. So that's a brave little story where even if you can accomplish a small thing, that says something huge about you down the line. That you can stand out from other people. You can go down a different career path. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing.
For sure. No, do you know what, that splitting career path, that reminded me of a nice little story that links in with yours as well, if you don't mind me saying.
Go for it.